The template has been developed for users to assess the weight of a specific post, that is, where on the staff establishment and salary responsibility chart must the post be positioned. The following criteria can be considered when evaluating the weight of a post: span of controlled decision, making proposals, tasks associated with a post, control responsibilities, knowledge requirements of a post, communication responsibilities, risks associated with a post. Users can select which criteria they want to include in the evaluation, and the weight allocated to each of these criteria. Start by defining the different post hierarchies in your enterprise. Remember, the template has been specifically designed for small to medium-sized enterprise. Provision has therefore been made for up to 10 designations or hierarchies on the staff establishment. Remember, salaries and benefits for some posts will mostly dependent on functional knowledge and experience skills, where other will be dependent more on managerial or supervisory capacities. Assess the weight allocated to each criterion in a specific designation, that is, each post on the staff establishment, on a rating scale of 10 to 1. 1.0 implies that the specific criterion must have extremely high importance in the width of the post, and an assessment value of 1 that it has no real weight value for the specific post. Allocate weights to the different categories of criteria that will be applied to analyze the post. This table must be completed for the template to work. If the user does not allocate comparative weights, the template will allocate exactly the same value to all 7 categories criteria. The higher the percentage allocated to a specific criteria, the more important it will be in assessing its standing on the staff establishment. Do an evaluation of the post under consideration by analyzing it based on the different criteria. Start by listing the evaluation questions under each of the identified criteria categories. Span of control means the manageable number of subordinates of a superior. The bigger the number of the subordinates a manager controls, the broader is his span of control. What will be the span of control for this post? Decision-making is the process of making choices by identifying a decision, gathering information, and assessing alternative resolutions. How much decision-making responsibility will be vested in the post? How many tasks are associated with the post? What is the weight of these tasks? How complicated or comprehensive are these tasks? How many people, resources, systems, and processes must be overseen and controlled by the incumbent of this post? KSAs are knowledge, skills, and abilities that a person must possess in order to perform the duties of his or her position. KSAs serve as a guide for the enterprise to evaluate and assess a person's likelihood for success in a job. What are the extent of communication responsibilities of the post? Considering a horizontal as well as a vertical perspective, meaning the nature of the communication, as well as the scope thereof, how much risks are associated with the post? The more risk, the more competencies and strategic abilities are required. Must the specific question be included in the assessment for the specific post? Use the drop-down arrow to select yes or no. Next, allocate a weight to each of the questions. Not all criteria are necessarily of equal weight. Some may be more crucial in evaluating the post than other. Allocate weights to the criteria. The total weight of all criteria included in the selection must add up to 100%. Now do the evaluation. The person requesting the post or position must evaluate the determinant of the listed question in calculating the categorization of the post or position on a scale of 10 to 1, 10 being extremely high and 1 being unimportant. In my purely hypothetical example applied during the compilation of these guidelines, the template generates a post-evaluation result of 4.77. If we compare this with the identified post designation levels, it seems that the most appropriate designation or level on the hierarchy to allocate to this post will be level 5.